Every time we do big events, we come out to support each other, hang out, talk about the cars, show off the cars. We got a lot of Fast and Furious cars in the show. We got Suki's car, we got the Eclipse, we got the Jetta, we got the Supra, we got the Skyline. We got it all, man. We got the, you know, it's crazy because it's like the Baskin Robbins of cars. It's 31 flavors.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many episodes of it as well. That was a question I had for you. I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it or want to talk about it.
I can't talk about it. I can't, don't even bring it up. I can't go that way. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, man. What's up?
Well, I was just going to ask how that transpired. Like, so obviously we all know Fast and Furious. The second episode, I mean, you weren't in it. Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, there was a lot of people that weren't in the second episode. And then the third episode, even less people were in it. What was there a reason behind that, or are you allowed to disclose?
No, yeah. So, you know, Fast and Furious, man, it veered off a little bit, you know. A lot of it became a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And I wish it would have stuck to the grassroots.
I agree.
And, you know,
Fieros to outer space.
Yeah, I was like, you know, it got a little, you know, where are we going with this, right? I think part 11 is cars underwater. Part 12 is cars meet dinosaurs. Part 13 is back to space.
Right.
I don't know, bro, what to expect. No, I'm playing, but part 11, we're coming back to the grassroots.
Yeah.
But long story short, you know, and you know, I didn't know what's up with the people who die and come back. You can't die in Fast and the Furious. It's a whole different, you know, it's a whole different can of worms. But long story short, I came back to part 7. You know, I'm coming back to part 11, thank God. They remember their boy Heck. So there's a lot going on. So what I'm saying is it's the highest money making movie for Universal.
Wow,
so,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a lot of changes are being made. And long story short, now you guys are going to see some stuff that you saw from the beginning. And, you know, it's coming back for the fans from the original. So we're excited about that, and I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Because we're coming back to the grassroots.
That's awesome. And I'm excited about that because, you know, the first 3 felt like the real car culture. Like, it felt like when you watch, I remember watching it in the theater when it first came out, and I was like, dude, that's real. That's happening, right?
Yeah.
Like, all the first 3 felt that way. Like, it was something to aspire to want to have, like, friends like that and, like, your own little community that's like that to kind of, like, live that way, right? It portrayed a very neat lifestyle. And after that, it kind of felt like it was lost a little.
That's real
like you
talk.
said, superhero stuff, shooting Pontiac Fieros outer space. I was just like,
yeah, when the cars are falling out of planes with parachutes, and you know, but
well, and there was one scene where The Rock was like pulling a helicopter down with his biceps, and like The Rock's got bigger arms than me. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but I don't care who you are.
He's pulling a helicopter down with his bicep. I'm like, come on, like. The first 3 felt believable.
Right.
There's nothing in the first 3. Tokyo Drift, like there was nothing that I was like, that's fake. Like, it all felt like it could happen.
And then it went a little left field. No, I get it. Yeah, then it went a little left field, and it became a whole nother thing. But that's why it's finally gonna come back to the beginning.
That's awesome.
Because I think they started realizing that, you know, that's what they have to do. To, you know, just come back to the fans from the starting, and, you know, so we're gonna find out. You know, I'm one of the guys in the movie, and long story short, I'm really happy that now we're coming back to the original roots of part 1, because that's what the fans wanted. They wanted the street racing and all that. So yeah,
that's awesome. So what has been your favorite project that you've worked on, if it was Fast and Furious, other than Fast and Furious? Because you've been in a bunch of stuff.
So I've been very blessed in my career. I've been in the business over 35 years. You know, I've worked on, you know, Training Day. I've worked on Bruce Almighty. I just got a new movie that came out with John Travolta and Quavo called High Rollers.
Oh, wow.
You know, I was in the Purge Anarchy. I've, you know, worked on Batman Dark Knight Rises, Walking Dead. I'm very, very blessed in my career with a lot of stuff that I've been able to do and have done. And, you know, my manager made a joke. He said it's when they stop calling you that's when you got to worry.
Right.
So he's like, as long as your phone's still ringing, you're okay. And so I'm just very blessed to work. I'm not in it because of this or that.
Yeah.
I was literally right place, right time story. You know, I was hanging out in an acting class. Guy comes up to me, says, "You want to be in a commercial?" And I say, yeah, you know, I thought he was on some fake stuff. He ended up being real. I did a commercial. Long story short, my career started from there. So my point is, I wasn't looking for it. It wasn't a dream to be an actor. I never thought about being an actor. I was literally right place, right time. It took off, and here I am today. So my point in saying all that is just, I'm very blessed just to be working in this business, period. You know, I love the business. There's certain parts that I hate about the business. I always say, this is the way I say it. I say I'm in the best, worst, best business ever. The best, worst, best business ever, because, you know, like in anything, there's pros and cons.
Right.
But in Hollywood, I call it Hollywood, there's so much, and just to be clear, there's dirt in anything.
Right.
But there's so much dirt and filth and two-face and scammers and backstabbers and
Right.
just, you know, pieces of trash that it's sometimes I watch a podcast and it's funny because I'm like, I know that person in real life. So I'm like, the person you're clapping for, if you knew him the way I know him,
Right.
you might not be clapping for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, you know, this business, it's one of those love to hate businesses. You know what I mean? It just is
Right.
what it is. But I've been in the game, like I said, 35 years. And what I've learned is just, you know, stay in your own lane, stay truthful to yourself, be a man of integrity, do what you say, and, you know, just be the example. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I live my life.
Yeah.